welcome back to my channel. This is another travel vlog. Right now we are in Salt Lake City, Utah for the first time. I think these are both our first times being in Salt Lake City. We flew in last night and I didn't really want to film last night since it was super dark and we were just super beat from the day and the flights. So here I am now. We are on our way to Alpine Loop to go find some fall colors. The weather is a little iffy, but we will see. It's not rainy, but there's like a lot of clouds rolling in. It's supposed to be really rainy and maybe thunderstorms here, not in the rest of Utah, but in Salt Lake City. So if fall colors don't happen today, they'll happen at the end of the trip. But we are very excited because this trip is basically getting turned into a road trip. Like, even though we flew here, we did consider driving here and doing a full trip, but we just kind of felt like it wasn't worth the extra days off that we'd have to use to do that. Plus, with Nick traveling, I'm just gonna eat your Starbucks too.
Hungry.
But with Nick travels a ton, and so he collects a lot of miles. So basically, we had the flights for this trip; they were paid for. And that's how it was for our last trip too. So we kind of just realized that that lets us save money in the moment. So here we are. We flew here and then we're doing a road trip basically clockwise around Utah. So we're going to be hitting Moab, so Arches, and then Canyonlands National Park, going through Monument Valley, going to Page, doing the Grand Canyon, seeing the Grand Canyon, and then driving up to Zion and Bryce Canyon and then back to Salt Lake. So it's a loop. I think the only national park we're missing in Utah is...
Antelope Canyon's considered.
No, Antelope Canyon is in Arizona. We did want to do that, but we should have booked that like 6 months ago to do that. We tried to book it a couple months ago and they were just booked out for months and months. So if you're gonna do that, which I highly recommend based off what everyone has told me about it and pictures, book that out ahead of time. Don't be like us, but we'll do it. We'll be back here one day and we'll do that. National Reef. I think it's National Reef. National Park. It's in the very center of Utah, basically, and it just didn't quite work with our loop we wanted to do. So yeah, that's basically our trip, and I'm excited to vlog it, and I'm excited to maybe hopefully edit this one a little quicker than I'm editing the rest of the vlogs I've taken recently. I need to put them together. It's really bad. I've just been procrastinating them. So yeah, we're excited. We are hiking, I don't even know where we're at exactly, but somewhere around Alpine Loop.
I think it's called Salamander Flat Trail.
Yeah, let's go with that. We just took some really good photos. It's been kind of off and on rainy.
Yep. Like
just little bursts of I can't see with my hat. My hat keeps blocking you, so I keep moving it side to side. Little bursts of just little showers, so I wore my hat out here, even though that wasn't the original idea, but it's so pretty here. The leaves are so stinking pretty. I wish we had this back home, but I feel like back home in Washington, I feel like the leaves kind of change in stages, and once one type of tree is leaves have changed and then fallen off, then the next tree starts. It never feels like all the trees all at once are just changing colors ever. So this is gorgeous. we're just stuck in traffic for how long do you think?
45 minutes, maybe.
You think it was 45 minutes?
You think it was longer or shorter?
I don't know. That was a chunk of time. It was at least 30 minutes.
Yeah, at least 30 minutes.
There was a bad accident. When we saw a sign that said 30 miles ahead, like 5-minute delay. 5-minute delay. Accident. So we still went this way, which is still the quickest way to Moab. That's where we're headed right now. But it's finally moving. Hopefully. That's a good sign. I had my glasses on because I was falling asleep and I don't dare fall asleep in contacts. What are you claiming?
That you can't whistle.
but not that I can just...
And if you can whistle, it's only one note. You can't whistle beyond one
You
note.
whistle. You whistle.
No, I want to hear you whistle
No,
first.
no. You whistle. Do what you were just doing to the song.
That's not what this is about.
No, it is. It's sort of like trash.
No, it didn't. Go ahead, please.
I can't.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I know you can't.
No, I can't. I just can't.
Yeah, I know you can't.
I can't not stop smiling. They're breaking a little harsh. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
That's
Stop.
Sorry, again? A little bit louder for me?
I can't.
Tell us that was just a little breeze flowing through here.
Oh my god, no! I swear I'm better. I swear I can whistle.
I'm sure.
You whistle. Do what you're doing to the music. Do it. You kidding me? I just need to stop laughing.
So good.
That's horrible. I promise I can whistle. I'm on the spot.
Okay.
You whistle. Okay, we're good. we got it. We got it. We got it.
That's cool. Christopher Columbus, when he came through here, climbed to the top of that.
You're just making stuff up. Crappity crap.
He,
Ow.
anyways, he climbed to the top of that rock, and he got to the top and declared that it was just not his favorite place that he'd ever been to. But he said that it was, you know, pretty bland. Kind of like pasta. But just all on its own pasta. Just pasta. Nothing, no sauce. No, nothing. He said that this place just needed a little sauce.
Oh, that's what he said. That's what Christopher Columbus said.
Yeah, he said.
That this place just needs more sauce.
This place needs more sauce.
It's lacking sauce.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's some good history lesson for everyone.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you ever come to this part of Utah, it just needs a little more sauce. That's where we're going to, though.
We're going to the sauce?
We're going to the sauce, yeah.
little adventure. We didn't wake up for sunrise, but we basically woke up at sunrise, and it is gorgeous out. We are driving into Arches National Park. Is it National Park?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Arches National Park, and we're going to hike to Delicate Arch, which I think is like 3 miles round trip. So that's not bad at all. And then basically explore the park. I think we're gonna go see Windows, which is a place in the park, obviously.
Which is weird because I didn't see that online.
It's on there. It's like maybe a minor. It's just like this little circle of like, there's like Delicate Arch is kind of its own little thing, and then if you go down a little bit, or maybe it's before, I don't remember. This is really pretty. Back to this. This is so pretty though. Oh my gosh. I feel like we always find things like the best lighting. It's so nice. It would have been fun to hike to it for a sunrise, but not necessary. Didn't need to do that. And we had a really late night. We didn't get back till late, didn't have dinner late. And then we ended up staying late. Posting on our stories and stuff. I kind of like, we were about to go to bed, then I was like, shoot, I forgot to post anything on stories, and I had it all laid out, and then it ended up taking like, I don't even know how it took, like 30-40 minutes for us to post everything on stories in the end. I'm like, I had it all laid out on what I wanted to do, and it somehow still took. But anyways, we are doing a little hike and then exploring Arches, and then later we're going to be going to, I keep like forgetting everything.
After this, we're going through Canyonlands, and then Monument Valley. Yep.
And then to Page. So it's going to be quite the day. So we are excited. We spent way too much time here. We spent way too much time here. Everyone probably hates us, but I feel like we got a really good angle coming down a little lower than everyone else's. So, got bit by something. Ah! I think Nick got bit too. All the little people. Parking lot.
Doesn't look steep from here, but it
Doesn't look steep, but it is pretty steep. And there's not like a definite trail on this whole part. Grapes and water. We're back. What do you think?
It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was almost exactly 3 miles out, or in and back, out and back. Really, really amazing hike. Not super difficult. There's just like that middle section that there's not like a distinct trail. You might have saw that in one of the videos. That's just kind of steep, but the rocks itself has a lot of grip to it.
Yep.
So, I mean, we just wore sneakers. I wore Adidas, and I felt it was great. So, totally do that hike again. I feel like that hike, though, in the rain is a no-no. I feel like that'd be really slippery.
Yeah, definitely not.
But on a nice day, it was honestly rather perfect. Even though it was kind of busy, definitely get here early.
Yeah.
Show up early. Parking lot fills up very, very quickly. We're lucky we got a spot. But we didn't wake up for sunrise. We basically woke up at sunrise and got here. So.
We probably got here at like 7:45.
Yeah.
And this isn't even peak season right now, and the parking lot was almost full by then. So.
Yeah. And I wouldn't want to do this hike in the middle of the day because that all the rocks you're walking on, like that was. It's not that warm outside, but like I'm sweaty. Like that way it was really warm bouncing off the rocks. So, but highly recommend if you come to Moab and come to Arches. And we're gonna go check out some other spots. Good morning. It is day 3. Day 3.
It's Friday.
It's Friday. And we already saw the Grand Canyon this morning, so I will show you some clips of that. Anyways, but now we are on our way to Zion National Park. It's a bit rainy today, but it's kind of cozy. It's kind of nice. No complaints. We already took some really cute photos today, and I don't really have any shots that I'm like stuck on for Zion National Park. I just really want to see the park itself, so it's okay that it's rainy. The rest of our trip's been like perfect weather for being like fall, so no complaints. We do have the potential of flash floods in Zion though today, so we'll see how that goes. But that's basically today. It's a pretty easy day, just mainly just driving around, seeing the sights. We're not too stuck on anything other than seeing the Grand Canyon this morning. We stayed in Page, which is just in Arizona. We drove there late last night. We got Mexican food for the second time in a row, which I think was not a good idea for me. I don't know if it was the Mexican food or it was food poisoning or I don't know, but last night I had a lot of stomach issues and was up the majority of the night, let's say. I'm doing much better now. My stomach doesn't feel 100%, but I think it's all past, luckily. I feel like every trip we go on, there's like one night or one day that like I eat something that doesn't settle well. And I don't know if like my stomach or my body's just really sensitive to things and it's just not used to eating the same things it always does every single day, or just not eating like good foods. I don't know. I probably should figure that out and like go to a nutritionist, or I don't know. Maybe not nutritionist, like naturopath, and figure out what my problem is. So I've done a food sensitivity test and it was really only peanuts. Really, Nick? It was really only, I don't know if you could hear that. It was really only peanuts that I was food sensitive to, and everything else was like totally fine. But I feel like there are more foods. Like I'm pretty sure I'm either allergic or food sensitive to soy. I eat it in a lot of things, but when I eat like protein drinks or protein anything or something that has a lot of soy, like that's like the main ingredient in it, I think I kind of get like kind of a scratchy throat. I've had some like stomach issues from it, and then one time I drank soy milk with like a protein drink and my eyes started to swell. And I'm like, that doesn't seem quite right. So I don't know how much I trust that food sensitivity test I did on how reliable that is, because we need to figure that out, because it kind of sucks going on trips and I feel like I have to like, I either don't eat or I eat food and then my stomach gets really upset. So you have anything to say? No? Okay. Okay. Well, here's our day. You having fun?
Yeah, that was cool.
Good. Okay, so what were you saying about the rain?
I was just saying that it's cool that we're here when it's raining, because you actually get to see all the waterfalls and stuff. Like
There's a
what we're
ton of
driving past right now is just a massive rock wall.
Waterfalls.
There's just this huge
Yeah,
waterfall
there's
coming
waterfalls
down everywhere.
Everywhere.
You should put the camera in. All along here, all this rock.
Like basically there's just waterfalls along all of the mountains and rock.
Just all these mountains
sides.
are just only rock. So
it's just everywhere.
Everything's a waterfall.
Saturday now. We're probably, what time is it right now? It's 1. So we've already done a little bit of adventuring today. My camera was dead most of the morning, so I didn't really, I filmed stuff on the phone on Nick's camera, but I didn't do any vlogging, but that's okay. We hiked, what is it called? The Queen's Garden Loop. Highly recommend that. That was so pretty. Really, really nice hike. Really good trails. It is definitely heavily trafficked. Oh my gosh. Highly, there's just a lot of people. But it's not a hard hike, not difficult at all. I did that, saw sunset and sunrise points. Then we drove to the end of the park and saw, I think it's like, I don't know what that point's called. It's like Inspiration Point and Bryce Point, and there's one at the very end. I don't remember what it is, but the views are stunning here. But every point does start to look the same, but I really like hiking into it. I think that's really fun and really different. But now we're just gonna get some food, and then we'll probably come back into the park at some point. And I think we're gonna be here for sunset. I don't know where we're gonna go exactly, but maybe hike along the Rim Trail. It's kind of the next goal. Headed home. We have a delayed flight, so this is going to be not fun, but basically the end of our trip. So thanks for watching.